Hi and welcome to ReaperTV. In this week's video we're going to be checking out the new EZX Expansion pack for EZDrummer 2 from Toontrack, and that is the 70s rock kit. So let's check that out now. Let's take a listen to what it sounds like, some of the MIDI grooves are available, and give it a good going over. So the new EZDrummer 2 expansion, the 70s rock, what does it give us? What have we got to play about with in this new expansion? Well, we've got a couple of kits, and you can see at the moment I've got the Punky Arnold Basics selected, so we expand that and come down to 70s rock. You can see we've got 5 different options available to us. We've got the Punky Arnold, the Camco Toweled, Camco Chamber, and the original mix that was the original kit that Toontrack have actually recorded and sampled. So we've got a good array there. And if we take a look at some of the options you have available on each one of the drums, there's quite an extensive collection available to us. So even though it's quite a small kit, we've only got a couple of toms, a kick and a snare, and we've got the hi-hats, ride and 2 cymbals, we have a lot of options available to us. So let's just take a look at the hi-hats. Let's take a look at the articulations we have in there. So if I expand that out and we take a look at the details, you can see we have quite a lot of options in there to get some real dynamics going on the hi-hats. We've got close tip, tight edge, tight tip. We've got a couple of different open where we've got the distance that we've actually got the hi-hats open is increased on each one of those. Open pedal, closed pedal, hats, trig, and so on. There's a lot of options available in there. So this should give you a lot of option when you're starting to work with creating more dynamic sounds with your drum kit. The same goes with the snare. You can see we've got a whole range of different snares available to us. Each one of those has 3 different articulations. We've got the center, the rim shot, and the side stick. These are all being mapped out to your typical standard layout for your MIDI controls, but obviously you can customize that if you want to. So you can see we've got a range of different snares. The same goes for the toms. You can see we've got a range of options available in there. So we've got 3 different floor toms. We can adjust rack toms. You know, we can customize the kit, set it up exactly as we want it to. But I think the articulations is where this particular drum kit really comes into its own. You know, if you want to get that dynamic hi-hat sound, then you've got a whole range available to you on this. So you can really get in there and fine-tune and get some really nice articulations as part of your song. So we've also got a whole range of additional MIDI. So if we come over to the browser, you can see the 70s rock EZX. We've now got 3 different time signatures. We've got half-time, mid-tempo, and up-tempo. And we've also got a swing 2/4 and a straight 4/4 beat. And as with most of the other expansion packs you get with EZDrummer, they're kind of pre-configured into song elements. So you can see we've got the intro, the verse, the pre-chorus, and so on. Same goes for each one of these, and inside each one of those we've got some variations available. So you can easily build up an entire track just simply by taking the different elements. You can audition them by clicking on the play. You can bring them down, drop them into the actual timeline so you can adjust those and you can build your song already up in there. You can adjust the time on that, the amount of MIDI that's being used. You can shorten it, you can cut it, you can do a whole range of things in this, and then once you're happy with that, you can then take that over and drag that into your DAW of choice. So we've got a range of different available grooves in there, and let's take a listen to some of the other kits. Let's demo some of those out. So let's switch back to the drum kit, and we'll come down to the 70s rock, and we'll choose Punky Arnold. Now it still uses the same graphical mock-up of the drum kit, which is the same with all of the EZXs for EZDrummer and EZDrummer 2, but there are different options available. So we're going to get a different range of sounds. The way the drum kit has been sampled, that the drums that have been used, it's going to give you a completely different flavor. So let's take a listen to some of these other kits. I'm going to use the same MIDI sequence so we can get a real flavor for what this is going to sound like. But we'll start off with the Punky Arnold and we'll work through them so you can have a listen to each one of the drum kits. So let's take a listen. So next up, let's change that over for the next option, which is the Camco towel. So we're going to get a duller sound, a bit more thud to this, because it's like having your drum kit where you've got the towels or pillows inside it to give it a deader sound. So let's try that one out. So as you can see with that kit, you are getting a much deader sound, cuts through the mix a little bit better. And what you're going to notice if you're used to dealing with the more modern kits is they're a lot more clicky, a lot more attack, whereas the older vintage 70s kits, they're a lot more boom to them. They tended to have a bigger bass drum, there's a lot less jazz style kits, so everything was much bigger, much snappier, much boomier. And this just kind of represents it really, really well. So we've done the Camco towel, let's move on now to the Camco chamber. Now with this particular kit, you're going to get more ambient room noise. It's going to sound like it's got more reverb attached to it. So it's going to give you a much roomier, echoier kind of sound. So let's check that out with the same MIDI groove. We have a lot more ambient noise in this, so it sounds like a fuller kit in a larger room. We're getting some nice reverb going through with the kit, so a really nice sound. And then finally we've got the option for the original mix. So we load that in, see all the kit is back in there. Let that load in and let's take a listen to what that kit sounds like. So you can see with the original mix, we're getting a less processed sound, so a more natural sound, which you can then go and do your own processing to, so you can EQ that, you know, from the original source sounds as opposed to dealing with ones that have already been EQ'd and compressed for you. So overall, the new expansion pack for EZDrummer 2, the 70s rock kit. So if you were looking to recapture that 70s vibe, that really sort of thick, boomy drum sound in the tracks that you want to put together, then I definitely recommend this new EZX for EZDrummer 2. It gives you some great articulations for the hi-hat, a great range of snares, and you've got a good toolkit to work from to create your 70s inspired rock music. So that's our review of the EZX for EZDrummer 2, the 70s rock kit. Check it out, all the applicable links are in the description below. If you found this video useful, please give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button to be kept up to date with all of the content that we add on a weekly basis. If you've got any comments, questions or feedback on this video or anything else included on our channel, please pop those in the comment section below. We read everything you post and we try to answer every question we can. Well, until next time, happy mixing.